My name is Robin Hutchison. I'm the Director of Public Works for the City of Minneapolis. I am joined with partners and staff today to talk to you about winter parking restrictions that will take effect tomorrow, February 27th at 8 a.m. With record snowfall this past February during the month, we've been very busy in Public Works. For nearly a month, almost every day, we've had back-to-back 12-hour shifts with crews working hard to keep our streets clear. However, the accumulation of snow this record-breaking month has narrowed our streets, and we need to implement additional measures to be sure that emergency vehicles are able to pass through our streets. Now today, we are completing day 3 of the current snow emergency. This is our 5th snow emergency. Tomorrow, we'll begin winter parking restrictions. We are doing this because snow that has been plowed along the curbs has reached a point where our streets have become too narrow for a number of large vehicles, including emergency vehicles, our own city plows, and transit buses. We need to ensure that these vehicles are not slowed or prevented from getting to people who need help and who need services. I'm joined today by Assistant Chief Tyner to my left. Also to my left, Deputy Chief of Operations for Metro Transit, Brian Funk. I'm also joined by Division Director Mike Kennedy, who you've seen many times talking about snow, as well as our Chief Traffic Engineer, Steve Mosing. I'm going to give you a bit more detail about what winter parking restrictions mean. So beginning tomorrow morning at 8 a.m., vehicles may not be parked on the even number sides of non-snow emergency routes. This will continue until April 1st or until such time as the ban can be lifted. Some streets may also be posted with additional signage that the public should comply with. Vehicles that are parked on the even side of non-snow emergency routes or on otherwise posted routes will be subject to ticket and tow beginning at 8 a.m. tomorrow. I'm going to cover a couple more specific topics before I invite my partner, Assistant Chief Tyner, to say a few words. It's snowing right now, so it may be on your mind what happens during a snow emergency. If we feel it is necessary to call another snow emergency, which we do not anticipate for today, the winter parking restrictions are lifted, and the snow emergency continues through days 1, 2, and 3. On the 4th day, the winter parking restrictions take effect again. We have numerous critical parking areas that are established around the city that are currently signed. Winter parking restrictions supersede any of these signs that are posted through the city today. There is no parking on the even sides of the streets in critical parking areas. And third, for our residents who currently hold disabled parking permits, waivers are available. And please call 311 if you currently have a permit, and 311 will walk you through the process of obtaining a parking waiver. I acknowledge that this may feel inconvenient for people who rely on street parking. I also know that by working together, we can ensure that our streets remain passable for emergency vehicles, for buses, for our plows, and for everybody who needs to travel. I want to say a sincere thank you to everyone who is out there moving cars, shoveling their sidewalks, clearing fire hydrants, clearing the snow away from their garbage and recycling bins so that our crews can continue their work. Thank you so much for your partnership in this. And I also want to say a tremendous thank you to our Public Works crews who are out there every day doing everything they can in this heavy snow season to keep Minneapolis moving. Thank you. I'll now turn it to Assistant Chief Tyner, and then we'll also be available for additional questions after that.
Thank you. So Probably don't have to tell you that as citizens of Minneapolis and residents of Minnesota that we've endured a very challenging winter this year, both in terms of the bitter temperatures and the large volume of snow that we've received in a relatively short time. Uh, be- because of that, we are asking you to cooperate with this parking restriction. We do understand that it is a convenience, but this convenience will allow us as emergency responders to respond to emergencies in your homes, in your neighborhoods, to protect the safety of you, your family, your neighbors, and the citizens of Minneapolis. This is not something that we take lightly, but I'm going to ask on behalf of the Minneapolis Fire Department for your cooperation. Luckily, hopefully, we only have about a month left of winter. The parking restriction is only until April 1st, and with any amount of luck, may even be shorter. So again, I'm going to thank you ahead of time, in advance, for cooperating with this parking restriction, as it will provide for the safety of you and your family. Thank you.